Howdy y'all, welcome to episode 37 of my Let's Play series. I'm Ragaras and we're playing the Feed the Beast Ultimate Pack. Quite a few changes. Well, not quite a few. There's been some. You can see there's some changes to the area here. I removed some of these IC2 crop farms that I was using for breeding. I'm not breeding anything else right now because I really don't need anything else from them. I've got my darn it, what is this stuff called? Terrawort. This is the one that removes negative effects on you, and then I kept the one that gives ink sacs right there. So if I ever need them, they're there. This is just me playing around with the harvester and cocoa beans, looking at a way to maybe auto harvest these. That's a little different. Just playing around with some of these other machines. See, what did I do? Any other changes? You can kind of see I've started making my alvearies over here. I do have enough for 4 right now. I could probably make more, but I want to get a little bit more honey because these take a lot of honey, liquid honey. So I've got my industrious, I've got my imperial, and I've got my cultivated. And of course, you see that there's frame housings on each of those. At the bottom, that was those dark brown blocks at the bottom there. That's these things. And they're all being automatically fed from this inner chest. This router pulls, extracts from this inner chest, extracts from there, and then ejects to the north, which is this direction. So it goes into this router, and this router then inserts into I've got a machine on here, and it goes into tiles extra B alveary, so it goes into these blocks right here. So these are automatically being framed. Over here, I still have these up. I haven't built these up yet. I'm building up my sinister bees because I need these for some of the other bees I'm making, so I'm just building them up. And this one I've got to build up some more modest because I'm going to need them also. And in here I'm going to be building up the resilience for now. This one is not, of course, automatic. Now I do need to, I was acclimatizing this guy, so he's not there yet because for the modest to work here I need to get him down to where they'll work in this climate. So I will be working on that. Now what I did for the automatic the frames is I used the ME system this time, and what I did is I put a recipe in the system. See what I did. Okay, what I did is this is the chest, and it's on export. So it's just pulling impregnated frames out of there. And so I don't make too many sticks. I have the impregnated sticks set to 2048, so there's always 2048 in there. And when it's at that, it emits a redstone signal. This is, of course, a level emitter, and it emits a redstone signal which goes to this wireless emitter right there. And then we can go over to where our seed oil and everything are, and you can see here I moved the barrel from upstairs, and let me show you real quick why I did that. Because what I did is if I can fly up, here we go. What I did is I put a deep storage unit on here, and the reason why is barrels you can only extract from the bottom, and I want this to be able to go, and eventually I want it to go to 2 different directions, because the wood right now is fueling the carts, or the cart. I'm not trying to turn it into charcoal or anything first. And eventually it will need to go down to the frame maker down there. So with this one you can set where you can pull it out from and in from. So that's what I've done with this one. So when I need to, I'll be able to adjust which sides it's pulled out of, so I'll be able to use that deep storage unit, because a barrel I could only pull out of the bottom, and it was a little bit more, it would have been more irritating to try to provide it for both. That was just the easiest solution. So what this one does right now is, this is just a regular gate set up to redstone signal. No redstone signal, it's going to energy pulse and send the impregnated frames from here over to the ender chest. And what this one is set up, these are iron gates, iron autarkic and iron AND gate. And this one's space and inventory. It's going to emit a red wire signal. And when this one receives a red wire signal, it's going to pull wood from the barrel. Now eventually it'll, when I run out, I mean I got a lot of stacks in there, but when I run out it will pull from the deep storage unit up there, which holds a lot more than these barrels. I think someone told me, or I read somewhere, that it does like 2 million pieces of wood or something. That's a lot. So I won't ever worry probably about that deep storage unit filling up for a very long time. So when it needs frames, or when it needs impregnated sticks, it's going to pull from there. It'll go into this inner chest, and it'll go over into my ME system. And the ME system is set up so, show you real quick. Here it's set up to move single items and craft. So if there's none in the system, it's going to craft them and put them in here. So it's going to keep this full, and it works real good. I haven't had any glitches or problems with it. So it keeps these guys all stocked with frames, and it keeps them running at not the top. I mean, if I wanted to really run them at their top efficiency, I'd put 6 frames in each. But what it's producing right now is pretty good, so I don't really need to worry about it. I'm getting some pretty good production. I just need a little bit more honey, and I've built, actually there's one more alveary. There's one also in the nether. It's another mutator that's in the nether to take care of some of the mutations that you have to do in the nether that I'm working on right now, like the Edenic bees. To get up to those, the Edenic bees of course are the ones that give you experience. So if I could, I'm definitely going to breed up some of those. I'm also going to breed up the rusty variety, so I can have a man, come on, what the heck, this guy's not going to go down in temperature there. Gonna have to use more ice. Now luckily I do have it set up. I don't recall if I showed this on another episode, but I do have an ice maker over here, also set up with a redstone. It keeps 1 stack of ice in my inventory at all time. Just have a glacial precipitator down here excuse me, hooked up to the ender tank, and it pulls water into there and it makes ice as needed. And when there's a stack in the ME system, it emits the redstone signal. And of course the glacial precipitator needs a low or no redstone signal to operate. So when it has a redstone signal, it stops. So that's all pretty much taken care of. Pretty cool. I did start working sort of kind of on my platform area. I built it out. Of course, this is 2 chunks basically. What I did is I used the chunk lines, and I built it all within 2 chunks. I imagine it'll end up being 4 chunks when all's said and done, because I will have the distilled bees up here producing oily combs for me, and then of course that will all be turned into oil. It's really doubtful I'll do it in this episode because it's going to take me a while to get to those bees, but we'll have our system all set up where the bee combs will go into a centrifuge to be turned into oily propolis, and then from propolis it'll go into a squeezer. We'll go into this, and then of course we'll have some refineries that set up to process all that into fuel, and that will go into this one. This tank is a 7x7x7, so it holds quite a bit, a little over 5,000 buckets, about 5,500 buckets. This one is a 9x9x8, which is, I believe, the max size tank that you can make with Railcraft. And again, I'm going with Railcraft just to avoid any issues that I was having with the Zycraft tanks. I kept getting weird error messages from the Zycraft tanks, fluid disappearing. So I'm just going to stay away from them. Just going to use these. 10 million buckets is plenty. This is a big old tank. Now my plans on this one is I want to make this one as ugly as possible. I want pipes and gadgets and towers and stuff running everywhere. So I expect this to be pretty busy over here. I'm not going to be trying to hide or pretty up anything. I want it to look industrial. So that's my plans for there eventually. Now I did clean up most of the oil that I had in the surrounding area. I was getting a weird thing with the water ones though. If I did it on top of the water, it wouldn't go all the way down, so I just started doing them at the sea level and placing the pump there. And this is all I got. I expected I was going to get more, but I had I had one over in the desert I thought was going to be huge, and it was not very big at all. It was on there for all of like 2 seconds, and it was gone. And I have a lot of surface ones over there I didn't even touch. So we have a lot of fuel to get started with, but I probably won't start running the full thing until I get the bees over there producing the oily combs for me, which is of course something that I'm working on. It'll take me a while to work up to all the bees that I want. But once I do, we're going to pretty much be able to run a lot of steam power out of there. So we'll be able to run some high pressure steam boilers. Probably be able to run 4. I think in Direwolf 20 World I was running 3 with an excess of combs. So I don't see why we can't run 4 or 5 probably all along there. So it'll be pretty it'll be a big power plant once we get that all going and running. It'll be nice. Plus we'll have the power from our power area down here. So we'll still have this, and I'm not having any problems right here with power right now. This is still powering everything. The number 1, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Number 1 is powering pretty much all the stuff that's down here, really. It powers all the, it powers the ME system, the ME or the MJ machines that are in the base, and all the equipment down here. This one and this one power pretty much all the IC2 machines, the quarry. If I run a quarry, it runs off of these two, one of these two. So right now I'm not having any problem. If I get some more bronze, if I get more copper, enough to make some more copper, I might put maybe a 4th one here, just to do some overkill. Pretty cool. Now my plans for today is I want to try to mess around with this a little bit. From what I can tell right now, the harvester, what it will harvest, is just a 3x3, and I think it's just in front of it. I'm gonna do some tests and see just what the upgrades. What are these things called? Upgrades, maybe. Yeah. The copper upgrade, it says radius, so I'm going to see what kind of pattern I need to place these in to make this automatic, and then see if I can get the planter to automatically put because I didn't, I looked around for some videos and I didn't see anything on cocoa beans, and I use those quite a bit in for the frames over here. In the chocolate frames, you need those cocoa beans. So I need a kind of a way that I can automate that. So that's what I'm going to be looking at, is some way to do that. And I will probably use a similar solution to making sure I just have a certain amount to this right here. I'll probably set it up with like a tesseract or something, a power tesseract, and then when it reaches a certain amount, it'll turn this on and shut that tesseract off, so it won't have any power to keep harvesting. So I only have a certain amount in there. Hello. So I'm going to go mess around with that for a little while, and when I get it figured out, I'll be right back and show you what we did. So be back in just 1 minute, or actually 1 second for you guys. Be back. Welcome back. I messed around with the, you can see that the kind of cocoa bean farm is gone. I got rid of it. And I started messing around with the planter, or this is the harvester. The planter is down here. Now, I looked on there, and this thing, I guess we're using an older version in the Ultimate Pack. They haven't updated it to the new one. The new one's a little bit cooler. It's got a bunch of different colors here, and then there's an inventory over here that you would put these in. I guess this older one doesn't do that. So what I ended up having to do is, you see the planter down here. It's got to be below the level it's going to plant on. I did initially put it here on this first block underneath this, and it did not work. So when I lowered it down, it does it fine. I do have a diamond upgrade in here. It increases the radius by 9, so it does this entire thing. Since it's 9, I could actually add another row here. I could go out, see, that's there, so I could go out and put one here, and I could probably put one here, and it would probably work. But this is pretty sufficient for my needs for what I'm using it for. It's pretty quick. I haven't automated it yet, so that it pulls all that from down there and puts it in here. And the harvester, of course, as soon as these things are full grown, it harvests them, and then the planter plants them back up, and it even plants it on the ends here, which is neat. So, because I wasn't doing that on the on that one I had over here. Now I'm also playing around. I was watching a video on the wiki, that talks about these. When you go to the wiki and you look up what an item does, there's sometimes a video, and there was one on the composter and the sewage collector. And I guess we have an older one of that too, because this one is really, really slow. And it says on there that you can convert this into IC2 fertilizer or forestry fertilizer. Can't get that to work. There's another block called a unifier. I do not have it set up. As far as I can tell, it doesn't require power. You put in here, and whatever it can change into here. Now the new one looks a lot different. Like, you can even tell it what you want it to be. This one does not work that way, as far as I can tell. But I did try putting a fertilizer in there, and it doesn't change it to anything. So, what use is it? I don't know. I was hoping that I could turn it into fertilizer. That way I could use it to use it for the power, compost, whatever. What am I trying to say? My biomass production, instead of using compost. No, wrong floor. Because for this you can use compost, mulch, or fertilizer. So if I could have changed that into forestry fertilizer. Oh, you son of a gun! Give me the gun. Where you at? Yeah. I gotta do something with that door. I gotta get rid of that thing and put a. I'm gonna have to fight the wither and make a portal spawner that goes down there. That's something I definitely need to do, because that's not the first time I've had a creeper wait for me right there. Normally I'm moving too quick, but I'm just waiting. Lost my train of thought. The old dude surprised me. Wrong one. Great. Yeah, if I could have changed that into forestry fertilizer, that'd have been nice. That'd have been real nice, but unfortunately, I guess with this version, unless somebody else knows how to do it. I mean, if you know how to do it, drop me a note. Let me know how you do that, because if I could turn this into usable by forestry, that would be awesome. Because then I would just let these guys sit over here and poop, and just use that. That would be awesome. But if not, I really don't have a use for it. Because, you know, I've got the Railcraft farm going over here, and it goes pretty good. So I don't really see, or not Railcraft, Steve's cart. So I don't really see a need to run the mine factory planner for anything other than this right here. And this works pretty good. I mean, you can see it's pretty quick. It hasn't been going very long, and I've got stacks, and I did have a few stacks in here also, so it's going pretty good. I just got to automate that. I need to automate that and pretty that up a little bit. So tell you what, I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to go and clean that up and make it look a little less ugly. I really don't want to move it over here because of the radius is so big. I'll probably just leave it right where it is. Probably. Nah, I'm going to leave it right there. We'll just leave that there, and then what I'll do is I will automate it somehow. So I'll be back in 1 second. And we're back. Alright, not too much of a huge change. I just kind of hated just having logs laying there, so I cleaned it up just a little bit. And it is automated. I left these things in here, but I don't know, I'll probably get rid of it. Dog, don't even start. Just because I hit the record button. She's come here. She's gonna sit there and just huff and puff and do it anyways. All right, what we got is our planter. Down here we have a diamond pipe with when this thing. God damn it, dog! Really? When it picks the cocoa beans, it's there's a golden pipe underneath here, underneath the facades, and then it goes down into the diamond pipe. So first place it's going to go is in here. Once this all gets filled up, it's going to go over here into the ender chest, and that's going to send it over to our ME system. Now once it's in our ME system, sleep real quick so I don't have any creepers sneaking up on me, because they some sorry sons of guns. So we have the level emitter down here, and it's set to, we have I think just over 1200 maybe in the system right now, maybe 1100, something like that. So when it starts getting some more, it's going to turn on a redstone signal, and it's going to shut it off. I notice it's a little like laggy right now. I don't know what's going on. Getting all kinds of errors when I look at my console, so I don't know what's up with that. I mean, you just need a restart or something. But that is our little cocoa bean farm, automated with, really? She's looking at me just like, screw you, I'm gonna bark anyways. Get over here and lay down. Lay down right there. Lay down. There you go. Good girl. Anybody want to buy a Chihuahua? Full bred. She's a little bit of a pig, but you can't hit record or she starts barking, apparently. She has a aversion to YouTube recordings. I don't know what it is. But there is our cocoa bean farm. So it's pretty much automated. It will shut off once we have enough in here. This redstone signal from the wireless receiver will shut the harvester down. It'll still have power and everything, but this idle will stop. So it will stop trying to work. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably just going to get rid of it unless somebody can let me know how to convert that over to something I can use. Because I really, like I said, I don't need it for farms. Maybe if I was just doing the reloaded farms, that would be alright. But I don't really need it, so I don't see the point of having the cows over there making noise and pooping. I didn't know they pooped that much. They poop a lot. That's a lot of poop. It's buckets and buckets of poop. All right, that's our show for today. Still working on bees. What I'm doing right now is I'm just breeding up a bunch of extra bees, so that I can make more as I go through breeding. Pretty much done with Sinister. I think I have enough Modest now. These Modest, the difference with these is these are actually climatized to work in a normal environment, so that's why I'm breeding them up. So when I breed them with something else, hopefully that will carry over to the new bee. I doubt it, but at least my Modest bees will work here. Not that I need them, but alrighty, so don't forget to hit that like button. That helps me out on YouTube. And if you want to know when a new video comes up, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Again, if you know how to change the minefactory fertilizer into one of the other fertilizers, especially the forestry fertilizer, don't forget to drop me a note. Let me know how to do that. A link to a video or anything like that would be cool. So until next time, I will see y'all later.